The oldest text in the library collection is from 2350 BC. It's an original clay cone from Sumer, an ancient civilization founded in the Mesopotamian region between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, known for its innovation in architecture, language, governance, and more. It has an inscription in cuneiform, the oldest form of writing that was used around 3400 BC. Wedge-shaped marks are pressed into the wet clay using a stylus made from a reed. Our cone's from Lagash in modern-day Iraq, one of the oldest centres of Babylonia and a centre for artistic development as well. These clay cones, often referred to as dedicatory, votary or magical cones or nails, as they're shaped like the foundation pegs, with cuneiform inscriptions on them. Ours records the building of the temple Ininu, shrine of the patron god of the city, Ninursu, by Gudea, the great governor of Lagash, in 2350 BC. And the 7 lines of Sumerian cuneiform running down the cone are translated to the god Ninursu, the mighty warrior, lord of the exalted temple, Gudea, prince pontiff of Shurpala, that is Lagash. Its foundation he built. The temple of Ininu to Ninursu he dedicated and built. Its foundation he established. This photo gives you an idea of where these cones were situated on a site. It shows an archaeologist from the British Museum excavating a votive cone from the temple at Tello in southern Iraq. And you can see that actually most of the cone is buried deep within the wall and is not visible. Like many cultures in the world, they believe that burying objects in the foundation of buildings protects them and brings good luck. Decorative cone mosaics were also created into walls by forming small clay cones and pushing them deep into the wall coated with wet plaster. The flat ends of the cones were then painted. This cone mosaic is from Uruk and is kept at the Pergamon Museum in Berlin. The dedicatory nail or cone was an important object in Sumer. Early stone examples exist, as well as clay, and metal examples that weren't set into walls are also found that were just purely symbolic. Baked and unbaked clay tablets and cones exist. Originally, they were usually just sun-dried, but at Persepolis, they were accidentally baked by a huge fire in the treasury, preserving administrative documents that would otherwise have been lost forever. The second oldest text we have in the collection is another cuneiform object. It's a clay tablet from 2036 BC, and it records a contractual arrangement. The tablet's made from much finer grained clay than the cone in order to be able to write the tiny script on it, which would be impossible to write or read in such a small form if it used the coarse clay of the cone. Being so small, it was also portable and many thousands could be stored easily. The clay tablet has lines of cuneiform on each side, dealing with the exchange of 2 sheep by an official named Hermes to the scribe Dugas. Apart from the owner's name, we can see the entire surface of the tablet has been rolled with the scribe's cylinder seal to guarantee the authenticity of the document, creating the seal impression in tiny 3-dimensional relief of the standing figure of Dugas, the scribe, being presented by a goddess to a seated deity. Last year, Irving Finkel, famous philologist, Assyriologist and curator at the British Museum, gave a lecture here at Sydney University, and there's many great YouTube films of his lectures and classes, including one on how to write cuneiform that you might enjoy watching and trying out.